How are we doing, everybody?
Hola,
Welcome to another episode. Oh, I'm getting jiggly with it. Oh, well.
I'm Audrey.
You forget who you were.
No, I'm Audrey. I'm
No, she's
sure.
out today. She's sure she's out today. And what are we playing today?
Sorcerer's Arena.
Sorcerer's Arena, Disney Sorcerer's Arena. Specifically, we are playing the two newest expansions, which is Leading the Charge, which just came out, I believe, last week, and then Thrills and Chills, which came out a while ago, but we got it from the OP. It had a duplicate character. All that had to be resolved, and, well, this luckily came around the same time, so we could just play them against each other. We're not going to do a big how to play because we've done that in the previous videos. If you want to know how to play Sorcerer's Arena, go check those videos out. But we will give an overview of our characters and their abilities. That way you guys have an idea of, well, who we are and what they do. So there we go. We are set up for a two-player game of Disney Sorcerer Arena's Epic Alliances. And why is that?
Because there are two sorcerers in this arena.
There are two sorcerers in this arena.
There are actually more.
Well, we're the sorcerers. They're
Okay.
they're the people we're making battle.
They are not.
So I put your characters there. You can keep them there. You can move them around. I just put them there because I took a photo and wanted to make sure it looked good on the camera. But we are playing versus the two expansion packs. We didn't do the normal draft that you would. Oddly is playing the new Lead the Charge, and I'm playing the Thrills and Chills. So for my characters, I've got the Horned King. Movement is only 1, so he's slow. Action, he can take a 2 for his attacks. Forced March, I can move 1 allied cauldron, which are these little guys here, up to 2 spaces. And then I have a constant ability, the Black Cauldron. Whenever I gain any victory points, and there are fewer than 2 of my cauldrons, I get to put a cauldron out in an unoccupied space. Then I have Jack. Oh, I forgot to. When I upgrade him, what do I get as an upgrade? At the beginning of each rival's starting phase, that rival takes 1 damage for each of your cauldron born they are adjacent to. So basically, I litter the land, and they count as ticking time bombs. That's good. Everything else is the same. And he has 8 hit points, 2 for his hand size, and he's worth 6 victory points. Jack Skellington. Movement 2, action 2. Strange Gifts, discard a card from your hand to move a status counter from a status effect on one character to a status effect on one of that character's allies. So it basically allows me to move tokens between my own characters or between other characters. It doesn't say that I have to specifically move the status effect. So I'm guessing 2 characters would have to have a status effect, otherwise that's not going to do anything. For his upgrade, once on each of Jack Skellington's turn, when adding or moving a status counter to a status effect, you may put an additional status counter on it. Okay, so that upgrades my skill. So I can actually add an extra counter when I move it. 2 cards, 10 hit points, and he is worth 5 victory points. And then Mother Gothel, 2 and 2. Mother Knows Best. Reveal the top card of the rival's deck. If the rival character matching that card is adjacent to Mother Gothel, its summoner may choose to banish that card. If they do not, then Gothel gets stealthy, so she gets one of the little stealthy statuses right there. All right. And then when she upgrades, Crush Dreams, immediately after upgrading Mother Gothel, choose a rival summoner to reveal their hand. Choose and banish up to 2 revealed cards for that same character. But she only gets to do that once. That's sad. It doesn't. Some of them, when after you do it, it then tells you to flip it back over. But this one doesn't say that. And then her hand size is 2, hit points 7, and victory points is 6. And then for Audrey,
I have Buzz Lightyear. His skill is laser focus. Deal 1 damage to a rival exactly 2 spaces away that was already damaged this turn. Scar.
You forgot your upgrade.
Oh, my upgrade. Unshakable Determination. At the beginning of your ending phase on Buzz Lightyear's turn, you may move. No, you may adjacent.
You may do damage. Yeah.
Okay, you may damage.
You may deal
1 damage to a rival that was already damaged this turn.
So basically, Buzz's thing is about damaging and then doing more damage after it damages.
Scar. He has skills. Discard any movement card from your hand to move one character 1 space. If that character had been on a crown space, move Scar onto that crown space.
Opportunistic is what he is.
Opportunist. And then he has also constant ability, Oppressive Rule. If Scar is on a crown space, whenever a rival would recover health, they recover that many health -1. So we said it is.
So they basically you 1 less. Yeah, they recover 1 less.
And when upgraded, control the Brightlands. At the beginning of your ending phase on Scar's turn, you may discard any movement card from your hand to deal 2 damage to each rival character on a crown space.
Okay, so you want to take the crown. It's thematic with the Lion King. You either want to be on the crown or you want to take the crown. That's kind of his. You got to keep him on and around the crowns.
Elsa, Glacial Armor. Banish 2 magic Elsa cards from your discard pile to give Elsa 1 invulnerable. Duty to Arendelle. If Elsa is on a crown space, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a non-magic card, draw it. When upgraded, freeze Solid. Immediately after upgrading Elsa, deal up to 1 rival with damage up to 1 rival within range 2. Again, immediately after upgrading Elsa.
So
I don't have to
it's
read
immediate.
the symbol.
I just ignore the symbol.
Because it doesn't make sense. Look.
Use the word deal. Deal works.
Deal. Okay, deal up to 1 rival within range 2 gains 2 immobilized. No, that doesn't.
So
that doesn't make sense.
It's the direct indirect, which is just annoying that they've got that terminology. I mentioned in one other playthrough. This one here with the 2 together is direct, meaning you have to target a specific person of your choosing. Indirect means that you have to do what the card says. So again, I don't understand why that was the terminology used and why they got the tiny little icons to explain it. But
Okay.
basically, after she upgrades, same as Mother Gothel, you choose, I guess that should just say choose, one rival within range 2, and they gain 2 immobilized, and you get to draw a card. Yeah, the grammatics there isn't very good either. Like, because even if you say indirectly choose up to 1 rival within range 2 gains, there's some word missing. Yeah, there's some word missing there that should be there. But either way, maybe on the second edition that will be corrected. Now, we do need to determine who goes first, and normally in Disney Epic Alliance, we would put these in a particular order. We would go based off of the number on the bottom, but that is not how we play games. How do we play games?
We decide with our 20-sided extra life die for Children's Miracle Network because we support the niños.
The niños.
With donations.
Yes.
And you can also help them with donations using the links down below.
Down below. So, of course, we are raising money this year. We are trying to get to $2,000 and 2,000 subscribers because we do plan to do a big all-in type style giveaway at some point during the campaign. Most likely towards the end because $2,000 is quite a bit. But we will have some milestone giveaways throughout. I did just mention in a previous video, we did just get the Target edition of Marvel Villainous. And of course, we don't keep the Target editions. So once the retail copy comes out, we'll be giving that away. Last year, we gave away thanks to the OP, we gave away a copy of Epic Alliance plus the 2 expansions that were out at the time. Well, technically Thrills and Chills wasn't out, but the winner got that as well. So make sure you subscribe, bell notification, come watch us, and we'll let you know when we are doing those giveaways. That said, go ahead and roll the die. Well, yeah, I see why you moved those now. Earthquake Oddity coming through.
But how am I going to go through that? You can leave them there and see what happens.
We see what happens. It's like bowling. It's the only time you can get a strike.
But I didn't damage anything.
No, it really did miss everything, including my hand. I think it's because the dice is like that, so every time it hits a corner.
No, but
either way, it is 16, which is even. Even means Oddity gets to go first. So just choose whoever you want as your first character. So put it up here of your 3 characters. All right, so she's going to do Elsa first. And do Jack. I don't know. I'm just putting character down. I have no clue if they're good or bad one way or the other. And I will do there. Oddity does Buzz as the cleanup crew. And I have Mother Gothel as my cleanup crew. All right, so we are on Elsa's turn. Elsa's going to go.
Oh, we're going to leave
You got
it like
your
that?
cards. Well, yeah, we leave it like that so they can see where we are. Isn't that how we've been playing?
Nope. We always had it in here.
No, but then we took them off because we needed to do points. Because look, if we do it this way,
Because then we I remember we said we missed then we don't remember where they were. Because we have to take them and
take them off, put them on. And 2, you kind of can't tell who that character is for the audience watching.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. I just don't remember playing like this before.
Do you want me to pull up the video? We can go look and
See.
verify. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Do you have your? No. Where's your? You should have 7 cards in your hand.
I am looking at the
Oh,
Elsa.
gotcha. Lo siento. Es mi culpa. Es mi culpa. Your player aid's over there too.
Gracias.
Yes. Actually, it says it's a reference card. It is not a player's aid.
Reference card.
All right. So I got to figure. Who am I going first? Oh, Jack. Oh, you get to draw a card at the beginning of your turn. First thing is draw 1 card. So you should be at 8 cards now.
I'm going to play this one.
For your move action.
So it's 1 move for that.
Yeah, move up to 3 spaces. All right. And then you may discard a card, but you don't have any, so just don't discard right now. All right. All right, so that is, and then can you take an action? There's nobody for you to attack, so it'd be whether or not you have any Elsa action cards that can do something for you.
From this is just one action? There are many here. I don't remember.
Yeah, one action.
One of the listed here in the cards?
No, if the card has multiple things and you do all the things that are on it. Or as much as you possibly can.
No, I can't.
Okay. And then you can't do your skill either, right? You don't have anything to banish. All right, so Jack's turn. All right. So I'm going to do for my action one adjacent ally. Oops, I forgot to draw a card though. Does not change what I'm playing. One adjacent ally gains 3 strong. So I'm going to give that to the Cauldron guy. The Horned King for the Cauldron. 1, 2, 3. Which technically means he gets 2 because one of those is going to get discarded. And then for my movement, I think for my movement, I'll just use my regular movement. I don't want to discard a card. So 1, 2. All right. Okay, then draw a card. Oh, hang on. I forgot to check my thing. Discard a card from your hand to move a stat. I don't want to move any status counters either. So I'm good. I'm good. Lo siento. Let's do that.
So, Square is gonna just move 2.
Is regular movement? Right. Are you going to discard a card to go 3?
It has to be his card, right?
No, it can be anybody's card. His card is just if you're going to do the secondary movement or the secondary attack.
No.
Which is basically theirs.
No mas.
Okay. And then can you do any actions with him?
Just, attack, no.
Opportunist, no.
No.
Well, technically, yeah. Well, yeah, there's nobody to push off of the thing. All right. So it is the Horned King's turn. You lose 1 strong. Strong, if I remember correctly, allows me to do 1 more damage. Yeah, so I get to do 1 more damage. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Man, the cards that I've got for him right now are not... don't help me much. No, I think that's fine. Okay. So I'm going to play this one, which is move 2 spaces. 1, 2. And it says if there are 2 or fewer Cauldron born in the arena, place 1 in an unoccupied adjacent space. So right there. And then I'm going to play...
So you took over that crown?
No, it's still a crown. Just it has a Cauldron born on it. Yeah, because I can't gain victory points because there's not a spot for those guys to gain victory points. But in order for you to go there, you got to take them out because you're still taking up a spot. So here we go. 1 allied Cauldron born of your choice deals 3 damage to 1 rival adjacent to them. If that rival is upgraded, you can flip them over, but you're not upgraded. So I do 3 damage to Scar. That was an evil look.
Is this a Scar? What's Scar?
Scar. See, him.
Ocho.
Yeah, so 3 damage to him. Alright. And the strong, I don't think the strong takes effect. It says it adds 1 damage to my attacks, but I didn't attack, my Cauldron born did. So that might not have been the person I wanted to add the strong to, now that I think about it. Probably should have added it to Mother Gothel. Oh well. Okay. So it is Buzz's turn.
Buzz is going to move.
Draw a card first.
Draw a card first.
Might make a difference to what you do. Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not. Just
yes, possibly. You have Caspito all all over me.
Mm,
As one of our friends called it, it's your pet's love.
is what is it?
Casper love.
No, but it's pet confetti.
Pet confetti. Oh, she said that too.
No, me.
Like, oh, you saw that somewhere. You said pet confetti?
I saw that somewhere. It was not what friend.
Deanna. Remember, she calls it love. Like when because she has
Serious
the
love.
Lincoln had all that lot of white hair. All right, so you move 2. You're not going to discard for a 3rd.
I should. It's good.
Well, you really can't. Well, if you go 3rd, you'd appear. I don't know what you were doing with your action.
Do we ever recover discards?
No, discards are that's it. This deck is all we have. And then the discards again are used for upgrading.
I am scared. I am scared.
Do we?
No, leave me like that.
So no action. And you can't use your skill either, right? Your skill.
Deal 1 damage to a rival, exactly 2 spaces.
Because you haven't damaged anybody. Yeah. So basically, the way this would work out is you would have to do damage and then move. So you have to get up close.
But that was already damaged this turn. Is that damaged by him?
Well, yeah, because it's his turn. It's that character's turn. Yeah. Because there's no such thing as turns, right? I mean, there's a turn, but it's your turn then my turn. So it would be his turn, his character turn.
Okay,
so basically he has to hit, move, hit. Is the way he works. All right. So we go down to Mother Gothel. And I got a Mother Gothel card. All right, so I'm going to... Oh, I've got her way too far back to do what I want to do. Wow, so Mother Gothel wants to be around people, and I can't get her where I need her to be. So that's fine. So I'm going to... I'm going to discard this card to move her 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to not attack because I can't attack. Reveal the reveal the top card of your deck. Throw every card. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm not adjacent to you. I can't use that ability. I have to be adjacent. For all her stuff, I need to be next to you, is what I've just discovered, and I was not. So, yeah. So, I put her in the wrong spot. And this is the disadvantage. We didn't read the decks. We didn't read the cards to know what they are. Because if I would have put her closer to the front, and then she'd gone 1, 2, 3, and gotten close to Scar. Or if Scar would have actually taken the turn to go into the crown, I could have done my abilities. All right, so it is Elsa's turn. Did you draw?
It's Elsa's turn.
Did you draw? Sure you draw. Oh yeah, you always have to discard down to the hand limit, but I don't think that's ever happened. I think we've always played more cards in our hand limit.
What's the... What?
Yours is 7.
Oh.
You might be over your hand limit.
I am a little bit way over.
How many over?
Like many. Like 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, so discard. You need to discard 3 of those cards.
Pero then you give me this ability. No, I'm going to discard one right now. Because it
you have to discard. Well, no, you have to discard before you drew that card.
But I already drew it.
But you can't use that towards a discard because you're over your hand limit the last 2 turns.
So I just choose, or do you do
Yeah, so I would say just discard what you need for upgrades or cards you're not going to use. Whoops. He still got Buzz in his upgraded form. There we go.
Ooh. Buzz, don't do that!
I thought he trying to cheat.
No, it was Buzz.
It was Buzz on his own.
So I have to discard 3 cards that...
You've got... Yeah, somehow you've only ever played 1 card. That's why. I've played cards every turn, I think. Well,
Where do
I
you
just
discard?
no here, just discards here. I stack mine by symbol. I put mine by
Sí,
symbol so I know
pero
how many symbols I have. It
don't
doesn't.
I need this for her and this for him and this
No.
for him?
No, it's shared.
Oh, sure.
So you just need 2. So yeah, so she needs 2 and he needs 2. So you have 2. So you could technically, once you get 2 of something else. So you could almost upgrade one of your characters right now if you got rid of 2 pink or 2 blue. So that would have put you at
7.
8, right?
8.
8 with your draw.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're fine. Yep.
All right.
All right. Elsa's turn again.
Elsa is gonna. Oh, see, this is what I was gonna do. Move up to 2 spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna go there.
Okay.
And then choose one or discard unknown card and choose both.
Then choose one or.
So I don't have any statuses.
Okay, so
effects,
yeah, so you choose one, but if you discarded one of those cards, then you could do both.
See,
okay.
but then I'm gonna heal Scarito.
Each character in your team recovers 1 hit.
Scarito, I'm loving you for the first time.
Okay, so that was your movement. And then your attack.
And then
This
I
is your
discarded
discard.
one.
I know, but I don't know how you want to do it so you can see if you just want to keep doing it like that so you can see all the symbols, that's fine. I just keep mine separate so I know my symbols, that's all.
And then what? An action?
Action, if you can do an action. Or you got this. If you're on that space, you can reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a non-magic card, you get to draw it. Otherwise, you just put it, I guess, back on top of your deck.
Okay, I'm going to do that. It's not magical.
You can
So
draw
I
it.
draw it. And then I have to discard back to 7?
Unless you can use that card, yeah.
No, because it's not hers.
Or another card. I don't know if you have any ranged attacks. Again, I didn't look at it.
But
I didn't
how
look at
much-
either
how
of our
much
2
is
decks.
when this thing is here?
When what's where? Nothing. It just blocks spaces. You have to kill it. It just counts as a rival to
another
you and
one
an
of
ally to
them.
me. Yeah. He's 1 hit point, basically.
Okay, so if I'm not gonna use what I draw, I just discard back to 7.
Yep. All right. While Audrey's just trying to figure out her discard, I will go ahead and
I
go.
did
So it is Jack's turn. Um. So I'm going to move Jack his 2. 1, 2. And then I'm going to play pile on the gifts. 1 adjacent rival gains 2 afraid. Afraid's fun. 2 afraid. I'll have to tell you what afraid does in a minute. 2 immobilize. And 2 flustered.
What?
I'm giving you gifts. I'm giving you presents. Do you not like my presents?
No.
2 flustered. Then that rival takes damage equal to the number of status effects on it. So you take 2, 4, 6 damage. I'm piling all the gifts.
It's painted. It's 0.
Settle. That's what I guess that's what it is. That's kind of like you do that to knock him out. And then that gives me 6
No, I
victory
know.
points.
I was planning to do something.
6 victory points.
And then
And then you get knocked out. So all that I just did comes back. 'Cause
he never comes back.
he comes back on his turn. Oh, I was going to tell you what all these things do. Okay. So immobilized, I guess technically it wouldn't do anything because immobilized keeps you from moving. Afraid forces you to use both of your move abilities if you can, but since you're immobilized, you can't. And then flustered. I forget what flustered does. Was that an original one? Flustered. Whenever a status counter is removed, flustered during the starting phase, this character banishes 1 random card. So You wouldn't have been able to. It is weird that they did both afraid and immobilized on the same card because technically they cancel each other. So I don't understand that one. But the flusher would still take effect where you'd have to banish cards. All right. So I moved. I attacked. That is it. Discard a card from your hand to move status counter. I don't want to move status counters. Right. So it's Scar's turn. So he can come back, and you can bring him back on that side or this side, either side.
On this side?
Yeah, you can come back on either side.
Can he come here?
Well, it's got to be a blue spot.
Can it be here?
That's
Yeah. A blue spot.
Yeah, it's just got to be a blue spot. Right. You don't know if that's good. All right, well, draw a card and find out. All right.
Range 2 means range 2?
Range 2 means range 2, which means you're at range 2.
Okay, so it says deal 1 damage to a rival. Move that rival up to 1 space.
Yeah.
So I damaged.
She's 7, he's 8. She's worth 6, they're worth the same amount. Jack's not worth much of anything, to be honest.
Her.
All right. So you do how much damage?
1 and then move her.
All right.
Okay. Oh my god. Whose turn is next? Oh.
The Horn King.
Then if the rival is adjacent to a villain character you control, that rival summoner loses 1 crown.
Nice. You steal my crowns? That's no bueno.
So I move her there.
Yeah, then that's what you did.
And
then
he's
I lost 1
adjacent
crown.
to.
Yeah, so I
because
lost a
he's in
crown.
front.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. And I think you have enough to upgrade Buzz if you wanted to upgrade Buzz.
2 of
You can do
these
that
are
at
2
any
of
time.
these.
It's not specifically during that character's turn.
Okay. So do I lose those?
Yeah, you now banish those. Yep. Probably should do them the other way so we can, I don't think you get mixed up, but yeah, I would say just leave them up so you know those aren't your draw pile. Start drawing those cards back.
See, because that's how I work.
I'd have to call cheating because that's how you do. That's how you do. Okay, so you did your action. Are you going to do a move or?
Those 1, 2.
All right. Okay, so it is the Horned King's turn. Draw a card. So let me double check these cards. I think you still get to do both, but it's one of those dual cards where it's a move or an attack. I think you still do everything on the card. Yeah, you get to do everything on the card. Okay. So I'm going to play Foul Follower, which means I can move up to 2 spaces. So I'm going to move 1 space. Deal 1 damage to 1 adjacent rival. So Elsa takes
But I mean
1
the
damage.
crown.
Doesn't matter. 1 damage. And then I can move one of my Summoner Borns up to 2 spaces. I'm going to move them 1 and deal 1 damage to 1 rival. So it's going to damage Elsa for another damage. All right. That was his attack action. And now he's going to, for my move action, I'm just going to move 2. 1, 2. And I was strong, so actually when he did damage, you should have taken 1 more damage.
You ruined my plan.
I ruined your plan? What, you thought I was going to stay there?
I mean, you changed
and
that
then,
twice. No,
the Black Cauldron, whenever you gain... Oh, I haven't gained, so I have to wait till my next turn. I'll gain, and I'll be able to put another one of my little guys out.
Oh.
All right. Buzz's turn, so you can draw a card. Just tell the difference between OCD and not OCD. Like, my cards, I keep them nice and even. Obviously, she's like just bashing hers around.
So I have to discard back to 7 win now?
No, at the end of your turn. Why, where are you at now?
8.
And you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. At the end of this turn, you have to be down to 7, which as long as you play a card, you always should be. That the idea is that you're always going to play a card each turn, so.
So he's gonna move 2. Wound 2.
Okay.
He's gonna do this laser blast. Choose a straight line of adjacent spaces from Buzz Lightyear to an edge of the arena. Deal 1 damage to each rival in that line.
Alright. So that's going to be 1, 2, and he goes away.
You gain an additional movement phase this turn.
So that means you can move twice this turn. So that's where his ability comes in, because now you'd be able to move away and use his laser.
Did one damage to a rival exactly 2 spaces away. Okay, so I gain 2? I mean, I gain in standard?
Yeah, but there's really no reason to use both movement. Well, yeah, you can move out, do your ability, and then move back in. Technically.
So I move here, I
Do
deal
your ability, which deals
1 damage
2.
to the...
Is it 1 or 2? 1. Okay.
1.
1 damage to Jack. And then you can move back in. Yep. Like that. All right. Okay. Mother Gothel's turn. Draw a card. So. All right, so I'm going to play Shadow Stiletto. Deal 3 damage to an adjacent rival and draw a card. So I deal 3 damage. What's he down to?
3.
3. Can I do 3 damage?
No, wait! I moved the wrong one. She was at 6.
So,
Is this one. So he's at 8.
okay, so just 2 damage then. Oh, what's your thing if I'm next to somebody? Oh. Reveal the top card of the deck. If it matches him, which it does not. Dang it.
Do I put it back there?
Yeah, you put it back. Reveal just means show and then put back. Yeah, if the rival character that card is adjacent to is the summoner's control, banish the card. And if you don't. Alright, so that helps me decide what I'm going to do next. Okay. So I'm going to... I'm going to play Deft Manipulation. I get to move 2 spaces, up to 2 spaces. So I'm going to move 1. Move a rival within range 2. Oh, hang on. Oh, I can only do that skill once, so that doesn't even solve what I wanted to do. I was going to make you banish that card, but no, I can't. So that's fine. So I'll move there, and then I can move him up to 2 spaces. So 1, 2.
You can move it from my crown?
Yeah. It says move a rival within range 2 up to 2 spaces. They may not move that rival through other characters. Alright. So that is Mother Gothel's turn. So Elsa gets you 1 victory point. because you're on the crown. No, I mean, wherever you're going to stick them. Yep. All right, and then draw a card. Can I upgrade anybody yet? No. It's no bueno. Oh, see. I can upgrade. Do I want to upgrade him? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade him. So that is 2 and 2.
But so you cannot take damage if you're there, this one?
No, he can.
What is what you gain when you're in the crown? Nothing?
Victory point on the start of your turn. You kind of want to stay on the crowns if you can.
My
because you get victory
Lightyear was there for a long
Yes.
time.
Well, no, he was there at the end of that turn. And I just pushed him away. That's why I pushed him away, so you wouldn't get the points.
I think he was there from before and you didn't
No,
give me
because you went
points.
there, you came out, and you came back in. Remember, you went in so you could do the shoot, and then you
I
left.
thought so at
you
the
could do
start of the
shoot.
turn he was there.
No, because you moved into it.
Oh, okay. Está bien, I'm
That
gonna
was
believe
the
you.
card you had. Oh, technically, you moved 3 times that turn. Because you moved 2 to go into it. And then you moved out 2. So technically, you wouldn't have been able to move in that other time. You would have still been there. So I would have had to move him 2 spots.
¿Por qué?
I forgot. You moved into, you're right. You moved into that spot for your first movement. You shot. And then because you shot, you got a second movement, which moved you out to shoot.
Oh, so I
You shouldn't have had, yeah, I
didn't.
didn't, yeah, you wouldn't have had that third one. I screwed up. I thought, like you said, I thought you were already there, but you weren't. You moved there.
I want to stay there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna attack 2.
Well, no, you can't attack at range. She doesn't have range unless one of her attack cards is. You have this. If you're on a space, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a non-magic card, you can draw it. You can choose to do that,
So
but otherwise,
I'm gonna do this one. It
Okay.
says deal 2 damage to up to 1 adjacent, so nobody's adjacent. See?
Yep.
But it says this one. Deal 1 move up to 1 rival 1 space.
but that's the same thing. Direct. They have to be
Deal
next.
1 damage to up to 1
Non-adjacent.
non-adjacent rival.
Yeah.
So he's 1 damage.
Yep.
I can upgrade score.
Okay.
Score.
All right, and that's up for Elsa.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to do this, I don't know if you want to do that or not.
If Elsa is on the crown, reveal the top part of your deck. If it is not known magic, draw it.
Well, how many cards do you have again? That's you keep taking. Remember, you can use those other players'
Siete.
cards for your movement and attack. You discard
not
another
doing that.
character's movement
Sí.
or attack, so you can get 3 move or 3 attack.
It's
So-
a non-magic card.
So you can draw it. That keeps you under 7.
No.
No, so you have to discard a card. All right, so Jack. You don't know Jack. Oh my god. All right. So I'm going to do Fearsome Throw. Deal 2 damage to a rival up to 2. So I'm doing Fearsome Throw on Buzz. So he takes 2 damage. And then he gets 2 Afraid. 2 Afraid. That's me attack. And then for my movement, oh, I did that out of order. I should have moved first. Sorry. I'm going to move first. And then the second piece comes in, which is until the end of your turn, whenever a rival is dealt damage, which you were, they gain your choice of either 2 Afraid or 2 Immobilized. So I will just do 2 more Afraid. Yeah, I don't know why you would do, how you would do afraid and immobilized, because immobilized, this character could not be moved with any card or other effect. Anytime this character would be moved one or more spaces, instead they do not move. So yeah, I don't know why you would want to put immobilize and afraid together, because afraid, what's it at? Afraid is this character must use each of its movement phases if possible. At the end of each of its movement phases, it takes 2 damage if it's adjacent to a rival. It's weird as it says that's a constant effect. Is that a new? Oh yeah, constant effect and vulnerable. Okay. So that's normal, the constant effect part. So yeah, I don't know why you would do immobilize and... Oh, I know why you would do immobilize. You would do immobilize if you were next to somebody. That makes sense. So if you were next to me, I'd want to do an immobilize too, because then you take 2 damage. You're immobilized and then your fear makes you take 2 damage. So... All right, so that was both of his actions. All right, so it is Scar's turn. So you get to draw a card.
Draw a card, draw a card, draw a card.
Draw a card.
So it's whose turn? It is
Scar.
Scar's.
Yeah, he's way back here in the back now.
So Scar is going to at the beginning do this kind of at the beginning of your ending phase. Not yet.
Yeah, you're not in your ending phase.
So he's going to move 2.
Or 3 if you do a discard.
The problem is that...
Yeah, 2 gets you in range of Mother Gothel, though. So.
Yeah, I need that. Oh, he's going to put 1, 2. 1, 2. No, because you can. So I'm gonna do discard this one. So that is gonna give me another move.
Well, no. You only get 1 move.
So just this one.
Yeah, unless you discard a move and then you can move a 3rd spot.
See, I'm just...
No, that's an attack.
That's an
one
attack.
attack.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was this one.
Okay.
So now he can move again.
Didn't you want to move into there and then use your ability?
It's going to go from your hand to move 1 character 1 space. See, its character had been wounded. See. Gracias. Now.
So you use his ability, so you have to discard a move card. And then where do you want to move me? Need these spaces.
There.
Well, that's not very nice. And then you take over the crown.
I take over the crown, and now I can do this. At the beginning of
you still haven't attacked yet. No, you just moved. You moved and then pushed me out of the way. So you still get to attack me.
So I attack.
Normal attack?
The normal attack, yes.
You want to discard a card or just do the 2?
But this one... Wait. At the beginning, you may discard, and I need to discard again for this. So...
That's fine. But okay, so you just want to do a normal attack for 2. So that puts him down to 4.
Can I do that first?
Yeah, so you do. Well, you have to do that first. Now you go into your end phase.
Okay. So now, at the beginning of your ending phase on Scar's turn, you may discard any action card to deal 2 damage to each rival character. No! That's why he was there. That's why I didn't want to move him.
Yet. Okay. Well, that's fine.
So now I have to undo
No,
one.
that's fine.
No.
That's fine. Put that back in your hand.
I forgot what I had planned.
No, you're good. You're good. That's good. All right, so you attacked me for 2, so I still take that 2 damage. And then, technically, you wanted to be here instead of there.
So when I was here?
You were back here. So you moved 1, 2, and then you discarded a card so you can move a 3rd, which would be like here. You can't get to this spot.
Okay.
Be nice if you get to that spot because then you do double damage.
Oh, that's what I
Now-
thought I could do. Are you sure it was here? Not here?
You were here because you just came back. I pushed you back too. You were here and I pushed you back one to the spot.
Okay, still, I'm gonna do 2 damage to him.
Okay, so another 2 damage. So that puts him down to 2. Yep. There you go. I thought you wanted the spot. See, because you can't do when you do the end phase, that means you can't do the skill. That's kind of weird how they have that you can't combine the two. Like you can't push me off and then do damage. That's kind of weird. Okay. So go down here. I lose my last strong token. Strong. So I'm no longer strong, but I do get 1 victory point for being on the crown. All right.
I think Elsa has been there forever, and I have not gotten a crown
you
again.
got 1.
Just 1?
She got there on a turn. I think we're only on like the 3rd or 4th turn. I've had a lot of cards I've gone through because I've spent them every turn. So what do I need to upgrade? Or I need a pink. Do I have a pink? No, I do not have the pink. Okay. I like all of these. I like all of these cards. Okay. So I'm just going to do oh, here we go. Constant ability. Whenever you gain victory point, which I just did, if there are 2 or fewer Cauldron Born in the arena, place a Cauldron Born in an unoccupied adjacent space.
So nobody can go there?
Not until you kill it. I can go through it, but you have to kill it. All right. At the beginning of each starting rival's turn, rival takes 1 damage for each cauldron next to them. Never mind. Hang on. I'll put it there. Yeah, that way it's next to Elsa. Muy importante. 4 skill move, 1 cauldron up to 2 spaces. I don't need to do it. All right. So I'm just going to do a regular attack to Scar. So it's just 2 damage. Yeah, I just do 2 damage. I don't have any of his cards. That's all he can do. All right, so moving afraid. Since you are afraid, you must do both movement actions for Buzz.
Both movement?
Both movement actions. That means you must do his regular movement of 2 spaces, and you must do a card play movement as well. If you can. And if you in the space next to me, you take damage. Yeah, so the character must use each of its movement phases if possible. At the end of each of its movement phases, it takes 2 damage if it is adjacent to a rival.
So my thunder move would be going here.
Which then
And
would
I
make you
cannot
take,
do anything?
which makes you take damage. You could still attack, yes,
Why would it make me...
because you're going to be next to a rival.
Okay.
Afraid is not a good thing.
Well,
Want to make sure it
It
just
is
said
what I'm
a
gonna
rival,
do.
not for each
I'm
rival.
gonna move there.
Okay.
I'm taking how many damage?
Dos.
4 now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna play this.
Okay.
Choose one adjacent.
No.
That's not.
That'd be your next movement to get out of there.
This.
Okay.
Choose a straight line from an adjacent space and deal 1 damage to each rival. This is my line.
All right. So that's 1 for Skellington, 1 for. Woo, that puts him down to 1. That gets rid of my cauldron. All right, and then you have to spend a Buzz movement card if you have one.
So I just spent it. I don't use
Yeah,
it.
you still do it. You still have to do it.
Choose an adjacent ally, then move up to 3 spaces. So my ally is Scar. Then move up to 3 spaces.
Yeah, you may. And what's in the next part is you move. You may move Buzz. You may move the ally to an unoccupied space adjacent to Buzz Lightyear. Oh, so you can.
So move up to 3 spaces.
Not you. This is an ally.
Okay, so move an ally.
Correct, which means you're still going to take damage if you don't move Buzz. Do you have another Buzz move ability that would actually move Buzz? You need to move Buzz or you'll take damage. That's moving an ally.
Pero choose one adjacent ally, then
This
move
guy.
up to 3 spaces.
Oh, okay. Then move. Okay, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. You can move Buzz up to 3 spaces, and then you can move the ally next to you.
So I can do.
So this is your adjacent ally. So you can move Buzz up to
1,
3
2,
spaces.
3.
You're going to take damage there
Okay.
because you're next to me, and you're afraid.
3.
Yeah, and then you have the option to move Scar
Next to
next to Buzz. Yeah. Yep. Now you're good to go. Okay. That's going to happen 3 more times. Well, 2 more times.
me. Oh, shh.
Yeah. All right. Mother Gothel.
I have only 4 cards. Is that right?
You've spent a lot that turn. All right. So Mother Gothel. All right. So I'm going to. Yeah. So I'm going to play Move in the Shadows, which moves her 2, 1, 2. And then I'm going to play Exert Control, deal 3 damage to an adjacent rival. So Scar takes 3 damage. Lo siento. It's what the card said to do. Deal 1 damage to each princess in the arena.
She's a hero, it says. It's not a princess.
She's a princess.
I know she's
You're
a
right.
princess.
It doesn't say princess there.
Because they are good guys. Good guys.
I
are
know, but
heroes.
I think you're just supposed to know who a princess is, so that she's a princess. So,
I
'cause
know
it-
she's a princess. I
so
was
she
joking.
takes one. No, I was thinking you're right that it should say as one of the tags if they're a princess or not, right? When a card says you explicitly do 1
Yeah.
damage to a villain,
I can
do 1
say
damage
that
to a
she's not
kingdom.
a princess.
Correct, because it doesn't specifically say she is, and then people will be like, "Have you ever watched the movie?" And then Mother Gothel recovers 1 hit point for each character dealt damage. There were 2, but I only have 1 to recover. So that's a neat one. I like that. It's like a healing card. I still cannot upgrade Mother Gothel. So that was her movement and her attack. So back to Elsa. Elsa gets 1 victory point.
Draw. Draw.
I wonder if this is a good one. So the one problem with using the word you versus the character's name is it when I as a person gain or when you as in the Horned King gains?
I cannot read her.
I'm going to say it's me gain. So anytime any of my characters gain. So Audrey has completely upgraded her crew. So immediately after upgrading Elsa, deal
That's
one
a weird one.
rival within range 2 gains immobilized 2. So if you want her not to be able to move, you would immobilize her or mobilize. You'd have to immobilize one of these 2. Thing is, if you immobilize him, Scar can't use his ability on him. So probably better to immobilize Gothel, so she can't move.
Okay. Immobilize Gothel.
Mobilized. Dos. All right. And then it says draw a card.
Oh.
That's a one-time thing that she gets to do. It's kind of like I said with Mother Gothel when I upgrade her. What did she do again? Choose a rival to reveal their hand. Choose and banish 2 cards. Oh, for that same character. Hmm? Oh, so they have to be the same character. Okay. All right. So you did your
Action.
upgrade thing.
So I'm not gonna move.
Yeah. No.
So I'm attacking.
So if you're on that space, you can reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a magic card, you can keep it. Again, that's if you don't like getting the cards in your hand.
So I have something that allows me to do something similar.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
It's not. So enjoy.
Okay.
That's
Not what you needed.
so move.
I mean, you are. Well, oh yeah, you're at yeah. All your people are around you. All my people are down at the bottom. So technically, for her to do any damage, you either need ranged, or you'd have to move.
No, I don't want to move.
It would almost be the same thing though. If you move her off of that space to do damage, then you just move Buzz onto the space on his turn. You'd still get the same amount of victory points in the end. Oh, Buzz has got to move twice though, so that makes that a little bit more difficult.
I don't know what to do. Banish 2 cards from your discard pile.
Yeah, which you don't have to because you've done all your upgrades. Your best bet is probably to move and then attack with it. I mean, Mother Gothel's got a lot of hit points. But if you can move 1, 2, then you'd be able to get the king, and the king would get knocked out. And again, like I said, then you
and why can't I attack him from where I am?
You need a range 2 attack. So you need an attack card that says range 2, like Buzz's blaster.
Why can't I do that?
This is melee. Standard attacks are melee. So again, there's no point in not. I mean, it's not going to hurt you to move because you move her, and then after Buzz makes his 2 turns, you just put him there.
Goes there. Okay.
Yeah.
So 1, 2. See?
Yeah, for your standard move, and then you can do an attack. So either do the standard attack, which is probably your best bet, unless one of your attacks gives you some bonus, because he only has 1 hit point left.
No.
All right, so just standard attack. So that knocks him out. All right. All right, so that is that. So now we go to Jackie Boy. Jack is too far away from anybody. Oh, Oish. I got a card that would work against Buzz, but Buzz isn't within range, so I can't do it. Even with the discard, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Will, I'm losing.
All right, so I'm going to move 2. 1, 2. And then I'm going to do Fearsome Throw. So deal range 2, deal 2 damage. So I'm going to do 2 damage to Scar.
He's already at 1.
So that knocks him out. Oh, well then you're not getting afraid, which kind of halfway defeated the purpose of that. That's fine. But he gets knocked out. How many victory points is he worth?
6.
Oh, you forgot to get your 6 for 5. 6.
I'm not getting any points, I know.
6. All right, and I gained a victory point if there are 2 or fewer in unoccupied spaces. Oh, he's not on the board, so I can't even do that. Okay, that doesn't work for me. Yeah, and then I don't do the afraid because you were already off the board. I need pinks. I don't have any pinks. That was my move, my attack. But now it's Scar's turn, so Scar comes back. So he comes back with full health.
Scar comes back.
Scar comes back very next day. You want them again? You can put them any of the blue spots. Those ones or those ones. And there we go. All right, so it's. I need 3 more points to win. Tres más. You need much more than that. You need 7. 7.
Okay, pero Scar is gonna move here. 1, 2, 3.
Oh. And then move 1 ally up to 1 space. If that ally is a villain character, move them up to 2 spaces instead.
He's my only villain.
Yeah, but you can move me 1 space. So you could move Jack Skellington off of the crown.
No, it has to be an ally.
Oh, it also has to be adjacent.
Move 1 ally up to 1 space. If that ally is a villain, move them up to 2 spaces.
Oh, if the ally is a villain. Okay, because you have... Yeah, that's not a very good card for this deck. I mean, technically, Elsa was a villain at one point. Maybe they should have her, instead of having hero, have it as anti-hero or anti-villain, like Marvel does with the purple minis. All right, so yeah, so then that's just, you're just there. Then the second part doesn't take effect.
And he's just there because
That's what he does. Because yeah, you weren't, unless you have arranged with him. I don't think he has arranged. Can you do any of his stuff?
So at the beginning of my discard any to move 1 character 1 space. If the character has been on 1 crown space, move Scar onto that crown space. So if I discard one movement?
No, but that's you can't do that one because you're not adjacent, right?
Discarding from your
Move 1 character 1 space of that character. It would just move you here is what would happen, because you'd move me off and then you would move. But at the same accord, you still have the ability to move either of these 2 1 space as well. That's that direct indirect is just so confusing. Like why it's worded that way. Instead, they should specifically say move any character, right? Move 1 ally. So it doesn't say 1 adjacent ally. So that means that is a direct. It's not that it's a direct effect because it requires somebody to choose 1 or more characters to affect. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be adjacent. However, standard attack is adjacent. Active player may attack an adjacent character. Yeah, so attack is adjacent character, but it's considered direct, not indirect. That's so weird. Like I said, that verbiage just is convoluted. It shouldn't be in there. Like the card should specifically say, and just get rid of that direct indirect thing. So yes, you can move 1 of your characters 1 spot because they're not villains. So you can move Elsa up 1, away 1, down 1, or you just leave them where they are.
They stay where they are.
Okay.
And I can do nothing else.
Okay. All right. So it is.
See, no, wait. At the beginning of my turn,
phase.
if I discard this, they deal 2 damage to each rival on a crown.
Yeah, which I'm on a crown. So you have to discard a attack. Or action card. No, call it that card. So it takes me down to 5. 5. All right. So the king comes back. There. All right. So the king has no cards, so it technically doesn't matter. Buzz has 4 hit points. That's no bueno. So I can't knock out Buzz, but that's fine. So I'm gonna go do my normal move. 1, 2. And then I'm gonna just do the normal attack for I don't know which one, if I want to discard one of these. Oh, I do need one of these things. Then I'm going to discard this one to do 3 damage to Buzz. Doesn't kill him, just does 3 damage to him.
Almost kill him.
Almost kill him. He still has 1 hit point. He's hanging in there. He's a you know, key member of Star Command. He's strong and will. All right, so you lost 1 afraid, so you are afraid, so you will have to take both of your movement actions again. So, draw a card first. All right, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna move then my regular move, see?
Yeah.
So it is up to 2?
Yeah, just 2, yeah.
There.
You don't want to move there.
No. There.
You want to move there if you have to do a melee attack. If you can do a range attack, then you don't want to move there. Because you'll take damage.
It says that I'm gonna deal 3 damage to an adjacent.
Okay, but this is going to kill you to do this.
But I die with dignity.
You'll die with dignity. But then I'll win the game.
No.
So you want to go 1, 2. And then you want to you don't have a ranged attack for him? He has all the ranged attacks. Oh, hang on.
No.
I forgot I'm gonna flip. Oh no, I can't flip Jack.
Everything is with the sword. The sword is not melee.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
no, that just means attack. It will say on the card if it does ranged. It'll say range 2.
No, so he doesn't have anything like that.
I played that. I did not use that for my upgrade right now. So this should actually be down here. I don't need it, but it should be down here. So you don't have any ranged. All right. So now you have to play.
So I don't
his
have
movement.
to do.
You still have to,
Yes.
if you can, because you have a card, then you still have to play a movement card this turn. So you basically just want to move 2 or up to 2 so you can move off of the space and back onto the space. Or run away because my guy's really close to you. Because you know that's what I'm gonna go do. There's no point in me really sitting on top of a crown.
I can do 1, 2, and move here.
And you'll take 2 damage.
Then I'm just going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. That makes it harder for me to get to you. All right. Mother Gothel is still immobilized, so she cannot move. Question is, can she attack? She's gonna no. Mother Gothel can do absolutely nothing. So, can she do her ability? Reveal the top part I'm not adjacent to you anymore. Dang it! So I can't do that. You immobilize me. All right. Elsa's turn.
Move up to 3. Oh no, I can get there by just moving.
Well, did you draw a card?
No.
Well, you'd want to attack before you run away.
I want to attack before I
Yeah,
run
you want to
away.
definitely attack before you run away. So you can either do 2, or if you have one of her cards, or if you have anybody's card.
Ah, sí, sí, sí. So I guess I can do all of this. Deal 2 damage to up to 1 adjacent rival.
2 damage. Okay.
Move up to 1 rival 1 space.
Now you can't move her. She's immobilized.
Deal 1 damage to up to 1 non-adjacent rival.
He's the weakest. Almost knocked him out. Come down to 2.
I did all that.
All right. Now you can move. Now you can move with your card or move, just move. All right. 7 cards in hand. All right, so it's Jack's turn.
Nice.
He does not get a point because he is not there. Oh, I forgot I could have done this. Dang it. All right. Mother Gothel didn't need to be immobilized last turn, so I definitely need to do that this time. No, I'm good. I've got the game here. That's fine. So move up to 4 spaces. 1, 2. He didn't even need 4. So you actually helped by pushing me that direction. If you would have pushed me this direction, 1, 2, 3, I still would have made it, but you didn't know I had that card. Technically, I didn't have that card. I just drew that card. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a movement card, draw it. It is not. And then I just do his standard attack for 2 damage.
Para burros?
Yep. 2 Buzz. Adios, Buzz. But yeah, I forgot I could have done on the previous turn, I could have used his ability, and I could have actually moved the immobilized token. She still would have been able to move last turn, but I could use his ability to move that onto Buzz. And I would have gotten rid of her immobilize for my next turn. I would have been able to use her. But I was close enough to be able to take it. I was going to try to do some kind of thinky thing. Because I killed you and I got to 15 points. 1, 2, 3, 15. 15 points. So I keep the medal on me side. Para otra dia. All right, so let's go to the webcam. We'll give our first impressions of the expansions. There we go, guys. No, that is webcam only. That is not the right one. That's more like it. Either way, you can see our beautiful faces. All right, so we are going to give our first impressions of this particular expansion. Or the 2 expansions. So I can only talk about thrills and chills, but you could kind of speak how you thought they worked, and I can vice versa. So the first thing is components. Same components as before. We like the acrylic standees. They're nice. They don't get used in a top-down camera for you guys. But if we were playing normally, I think that would be cool to have the little standees instead of miniatures, right? Although I would love these as miniatures. I would love to have big miniatures to play around with. That would be cool. The only thing, and we've mentioned in each one of them, is the little dials. They're nice, but they're not usable on the board. Now, what the designer says that he does is in the inside here, there's a little pips, which is what keeps it into the slots. And what they did was they cut those out somehow. I don't know how you'd cut them out to make it so it spins freely.
But then it can maybe spin
accidentally
too much.
spin freely. Yeah.
I would do that.
What other people do is they just use a die. They don't use the rings at all. They use the rings to mark the color, but they don't use it for the hit points. Instead, you just have 10-sided dice on your player cards or spin down dials. Now that would be something nice too. Like if they were to offer spin down dials, now that people have kind of mentioned this before, like a pack, like as an add-on pack, you get like 6 spin down dials. The only problem is technically the pack would have to come with 8 spin down dials. So that way you could do the team play. But otherwise, I like everything. The art's great. I like that it is the art that they've had drawn. It's not art from the movies because, for example, Mother Gothel is art and not 3D. And of course, the Horn King is modern art, not old art. So I do like that. Same thing with like Buzz. Buzz is art and not Pixar art, I should say. So I do like that. It keeps it all, I want to say thematically, but it keeps it all the same. Like it doesn't have that disjointedness there. Anything on you on the components?
No,
No?
the same.
Except for the iconography of the direct and the indirect. Next is the mechanics for the characters. So Mother Gothel, she wanted to be near people to do most of her things. I think that's interesting, but most of the things I needed to do was still kind of based on chance. Like I needed to be next to you to use her skill to have you draw a card and hope it's the character that I'm next to be able to get the stealth, right? That was one of them. She had another one I just discarded. It was like, if you have stealthy, so it's like you want to get stealthy on her. This one here says, if you're adjacent to a rival, you gain an additional movement this turn. So it's like, okay, you play that movement, get near, draw a card, attack, and then move away. So I think that's kind of interesting. The Horn King, I never got more than one of his little cauldrons out, but I think that's kind of neat how you can put those around and then his cards activated off of them. So it was like if it was next to one of your characters and I played a certain card, every character next to it would take damage.
Wow, that's
so
powerful.
More of those you get out there. This also combines really well with Afraid, because if I would have had all three of these out, Buzz would have had even less spaces to go to. Hello, Bolt. How you doing?
And it is like extra lives.
Well, it's like, it's not extra lives for me.
See, because attacking that thing
yes,
would attack.
You would have to choose to attack this instead of attack me. You're right. Or you'd have to have some kind of AoE attack. Jack gives gifts, and I think that's kind of neat because it's thematic. And the one was just crazy. Like, he gave you everything under the sun. It actually killed you, so we didn't get to see it activate. But, like, you would have still taken damage because you wouldn't have been able to move away from me. I moved up to you. I gave you a gift. The gift made you not be able to move. It made you afraid. It makes you take damage. So I think that's kind of neat how that plays off each other. Most of his stuff is, like, gift giving, right? Moving, giving gifts, and then it activates off of the characters being afraid. So like if you're afraid, it says that they gain, or there was one, it was like if you're afraid, I didn't get to play it. Oh, here it is. Deal 1 damage to an adjacent rival. Deal an additional 2 damage to each adjacent rival with afraid. So if I can get a bunch of yours afraid and then get next to you, all of them are taking damage. So I think it's really cool. It's new and neat and interesting mechanics on mine. What did you think about yours?
I like all of mine. Like they were helpful, even though
you didn't win.
I didn't win like for half of the points, but I think it helps a little bit. I didn't use this.
You
one
never use the
much.
invulnerable. Like that would have come in a couple times if you.
I think when I wanted to, I didn't have.
You didn't have any in your.
Really.
Because it's only for that turn. So it's only until your next turn, and because she's first, that does give you a long time. So if you added invulnerability, she couldn't be touched by any of my characters ever.
Wow.
Because that would happen, which is kind of cool. It's like the ice and the freezing. Did she have immobilize in her? Yeah, because she's the one that immobilized Mother Gothel, right? She froze me in place, I think. I think that was Elsa that did that.
With this? Immediately after upgrading?
No. It was one of your cards. You immobilized Mother Gothel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they each have their thing. Like Scar, he wanted the crown. He could move people off this crown. He could move people to a crown.
I don't think I did them well.
Well, no, but I never healed when you were on the crown. I healed Mother Gothel once, and you weren't on the crown.
Okay.
So, and it still wouldn't have mattered because I'd only lost 1 hit point, so I was able to heal up to 2. And then Buzz, yeah, he's like run and gun. You go in, you attack, you run away, you shoot. So it's like he's supposed to be able to get multiple actions flying around the board.
And it had been it had normally been difficult to upgrade my characters because
Yeah.
of the icons that I needed when discarding. This time it was very easy.
Well, and I think that's the difference of playing a pre-constructed set of 3 versus the drafting. If you're doing the drafting, you have to remember, like, okay, I know I want Mother Gothel. Okay, I need to make sure I find somebody who has at least some more pink because Mother Gothel has her 2 red, and then I need 1 more pink. All right, so I'm going to pick another character that has extra pink, right? So for even me, where like I had 5 pink cards, I was never able to get the pink cards to upgrade these 2, right? I never got a second. I had 1 pink card the entire game. I think I drew a pink card at my last draw. So yeah, so building that team composition does matter, and the more you play, the more strategic you can get in building those compositions. We're not that type of min-maxer type player. I know that somebody on BGG actually come up with a new board to try to help with like always having people in tight combat, so that way people are you're just fighting. I don't think that would be fun. But what they did is they made the yellow, instead of the yellow going across the middle of the board, it goes across the middle the other way. And the blue zones are at the bottom and the top of how we had the board laid out. Okay. So that means it's technically you only have like 2 spots to get right to the crown, to any of the crowns. You're into the crowns within 2. And they said they had actual designers, and some of the playtesters actually tried that board and said it worked really well. But I'm like, for what type of game? Like, that would be a pure run in, hit somebody, run in, hit somebody.
Yeah.
Like, it would just always be an attack. It'd be a constant attack. I guess that does kind of matter because, like, otherwise, like you were with Elsa, you were just chilling out, sitting at the top of the thing, and you couldn't attack because nobody was coming up to you.
Yeah.
Whereas if they're within 1 of you, no matter what, I mean, even here, like if it's here and here, well, you can do ranged as within 2. I don't know. I do say that, and we go back to the components. That's one thing I hope they do add maybe in future is some additional boards, maybe some additional board layouts. I could see that board being an additional board layout, maybe double-sided boards as future components, or tiles that you can put, like maybe triangle tiles that would cover up 3 zones to make them different, like something's on them. I know they've already done that with with my cauldrons, and then with Moana, she had the water tiles that let you surf through the water. Yeah. So, difficulty. Did you find these characters more, less, or the same?
I think it was about the same.
About the same? No, I agree. They're probably the same. I don't have any more agua. You don't have any more agua mucho again. That's fine. Yeah, I feel like they're the same. I don't think the difficulty went up. And again, it's because it's meant to be a family game. And that's kind of where, like, I know they added the extra levels and chapters to make it more difficult so you could play it at more of an adult level. But I don't know, with this kind of game, skirmish game, I just want a quick little fun game. I don't want to min-max. I don't want to overthink it. And that's what a lot of your versus games turn into when you can draft cards and draft characters and abilities and things like that. Whereas if it's here's your characters, put them together, done, and there's no min-maxing, I'm fine with that, right? Same as like we just got in a game, Lost Empire, and it's a battling game, but you can do deck building, but they at least gave you starter decks, so you can just use that starter deck and play it, whether it's good, bad, whatever. Smash Up is another good example. You can make perfect combination decks, or you can just grab a couple decks, throw them together, and just play. And that's more how I like it. So I guess it could be more difficult. We just don't play it that way. Next is Fun at 2. I think this game's perfect at 2.
I like it at 2.
I don't think I would like it on teams, because on teams you're basically each controlling 2 characters. I don't remember if you're sharing the same deck or you just put your 2 characters together in a deck. I don't know. I like this because it's easier to figure out what I want to do with each of my characters, and I don't have to worry about my teammates' characters.
Yes, I agree.
Audrey agrees. She has nothing more to say.
No.
Last is the theme.
It's perfecto.
Perfecto. So Audrey likes theme. We like theme. We like Disney. Is there any characters you'd like to see them add?
Any character I would like?
Like to see them add that they don't have yet? You don't know? Snow White.
No,
We don't
there
have
are-
Snow White yet.
No, Snow White.
Snow White
But,
could
I
be
mean, there are-
interesting because
there's-
Snow White you could do something similar where you do like the 7 dwarfs maybe as tokens,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
And
to
each one of
potential.
them has an ability. So, her cards might not be powerful, but she could add all 7 of these little tokens, like put somebody to sleep and, make somebody laugh hysterically,
Yeah,
right? Or
yeah,
just
yeah.
different things like that. I think would be
That
cool.
would be nice.
I do know the next expansion has Mulan and Mrs. Potts, but I forget who the third character is. There's one more character that's going to be in that next expansion. So we are definitely going to either buy it or reach out to the OP. The OP did provide Thrills and, well, actually, the OP didn't. The OP's marketing company provided Thrills and Chills, and we bought Leading the Charge, so we'd have it in time to play for you guys on the channel. So don't let that, if you want to say that, biased our judgment anyway. However, we would like to play the new expansion. If you guys would like to see the new expansion, make sure you let us know down in the comments. Once we go live, how do they get notified to watch us play that expansion?
Activating notifications.
Yeah.
And follow us on social media.
Mhm.
And
All that stuff. Although they forgot to subscribe.
subscribe.
You got to subscribe too. That's an additional thing that you have to do. But until next time, guys.
Adios.
Peace.